are some of the pitfalls to avoid?
When we first started talking about issues of waste in supply chains and inefficiencies years ago, we did end up only talking to the sustainability departments. And oftentimes they were a newly created position and they weren't fully integrated into all the different pieces of these large enterprise organizations, didn't have the directives yet set, didn't know exactly what the goals were. And a lot of times they didn't really have the budget that they deserved. And I truly believe that in order to have the change and the impact that you want, this is not just about the sustainability departments, although don't get me wrong, they're amazing. They're your brand champions and a key part of this. But you need the CEOs who are setting the corporate agenda. You need the CMOs who are doing the marketing, the storytelling, the CIOs and COOs managing the supply chain, the technology, and the innovation departments. You need supply chain procurement who touch this stuff, right? And the CFOs, because these are liabilities and inefficiencies. And when you get all of them together in a room, the impact that that has on a business's bottom and top line while driving innovation and sustainability, it's unbelievable. And I think if the businesses who think about innovating in that way today are going to be the ones who not only survive, but truly thrive.
I couldn't agree with you more. To be able to drive sustainability through a corporation or through any kind of an organization, and it requires a really sustained change management plan. And this is about changing behavior, back to what we were talking about before. And we're talking about changing behavior in terms of corporate policies, corporate processes, and ways of business that used to be. We need to learn and also unlearn sort of basic ways of acting. And that requires the vision to know where we're going, as well as the ability to change minds and to kind of close that action intention gap all the way through a company. And what we're seeing more and more of these days is that senior leaders in most big companies that you can see out there really get it. The issues in front of all of us are very real. They're painfully right on the front page of the newspaper every day, and people get it. But when it comes to changing the behaviors, a process that's always been done this way, an incentive structure that may not be aligned with these new goals, and that's where it gets harder and harder to drive the change and to make that that change happen. And the other thing that we see in sustainability innovation is that you may find a new practice, but how do you take that to scale? And how do you get adoption of this practice in a sustained manner?